Welcome to tonight's Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week.
Call against the Jackets. Wow, what a fiasco here to start off the game. It's gotten crazy. We have 11:18 remaining in the first quarter here. We just got underway. So what we have here, we have the Jackets that took the ball right at the 1-yard line, downed it right there, picked up a few yards on first down. Second down had a big run. They're going to bring it all the way back. Holding call, is that all they got out of that fiasco?
Yeah, it was a holding call.
Joined in under the 10 here by Hugh the Neck Keeler. Quick start here. We apologize for the inconvenience. We're back underway. We're going to call it 2nd and 6. P.J. London up under center, going to hand it off, going to the far side, trying to get some blocking over there. That is going to be
Chase Esparza.
Chase Esparza is going to be your running back, and he's going to move the chains. 1st and 10. Jackets. Quick start to the ball game here, huh?
I don't know about a quick start, but definitely the Yellowjackets coming out, showing that they're going to run the ball, and they are doing exactly that, taking and running the ball exactly where the Sholo Cougars left off last week against this defense.
Yes, they are. They downed it horribly at the 1-yard line, but they have moved the chains. There's a handoff. London's going to hand it off, going to the far side. They're set up on the far hash mark. That is going to be, let's see, at the bottom of the pile.
Gain of 5 on that.
Who is that running? Esparza once again?
Yeah, I believe if he's still in the game, yes, it was. I didn't get to check to see that. Yes, Chase Esparza on the carry.
Chase Esparza on the carry. I am anxious to see how the Lobos offense comes out tonight. After a dismal performance against the Cougars, we're going to have to wait and see just what transpires. Here comes P.J. London up under center, going to send one way out here to the near side. Offset eye. Get a little movement by the Lobos defense setting up. Going to hand it off up the middle. Going to come right up the middle. That is going to be number 17 there. That is Colton Penrod.
It looks like he's going to pick up 5, John. Should be giving them the first down.
And, yep, they're going to move the chains. 9:54 remaining here in the first quarter. Jackets trying to establish an offense. Cougars on the road over there against Winslow. There's a lot of things going on in the standings here tonight. A lot of games going on down in the valley in the different regions. Here comes P.J. London up under center, one to the far side. Offset eye. There's a snap. Going to hand it off to the first back through. And I think that is going to be...
It should be Colton Penrod,
I believe. Yep. And they're going to give him about
5 yards on
5 yards on the carry. And the Lobo cheerleaders, I hope none of them have a real good arm because they're throwing hard objects at us right now. I can't really dodge objects and watch the ball game like this. I'm going to have to break out my minion glasses here so I can see better. Here comes P.J. London, got a man in motion to offset eye up under center, looking to pass the ball. Quick pass out here to the near side. Nice open field tackle there. That's going to be Drew Baker on the reception.
Looks like they're going to give him 6 yards, 7 on that pass play.
Going to be David Brimhall on the tackle. I find I can see better if I wear my minion glasses.
You look better wearing them, too.
You know what? You'll never guess what I'm going as on Halloween. You'll never guess. I might be going as a minion. I haven't decided yet. Here comes P.J. London coming up under center. Got a man split out here to the near side. Offset eye. 2 men going to shift over here to the near side. Going to stack him up on the near side. Going to hand it off to... That is Chase Esparza. They're going to say he was down. Ball did come loose, but they're going to say he was down.
So pick up of a long 2, short 3.
So it's going to be about 2nd and 8. P.J. London goes off to get the play from Frank Girardi, Coach Girardi, on the sideline over there for the Jackets. Jackets on a winning roll here, but they've won 4 in a row.
Yes, they have.
Jackets on a 4-row winning streak. London up under center, offset eye. There's a snap. Oh, that ball goes straight on the ground, and I believe that's going to be a Lobo recovery. That's going to be Snowflake Lobo football. That ball never hit the bread basket.
Yeah, I'm going to put that fumble towards P.J. London on there. When he went to hand off, he put the ball on Esparza's thigh instead of in the bread basket, and there was therefore no hands around the ball to grab a hold of it, and the fumble on the play, and that's going to benefit the Lobos.
I don't think there's any way to put it on anybody else. So here comes Sanford up under center, I formation, one split out way to the far side, going to hand it off up the middle. That handoff is going to go to
number 18, is that it? Jace Merrill, 19.
19, Jace Merrill. I'm really looking for David Brimhall to become active in this ball game. Had a great game against the Bulldogs a few weeks ago. Here comes Sandifer. Big Ben Roethlisberger looking Sandifer up under center, I formation. One split out to the far side. There's a snap. Bobbles it a little bit. There's David Brimhall. Going to find a little opening, and he's going to pick up about
4 yards on that play.
Yeah, 4 yards. Going to bring up third and about 5. If David Brimhall and Jace Merrill can get going here, it could be a long night for the Jacket defense. Here comes Sanford, sends one way out to the far side. High formation. There's the snap. Going to pitch it to David Brimhall, trying to get around to the outside. Far side. Great Lobo defense. They chased that one right straight down the line of scrimmage.
That'd be the Yellowjack defense there, John.
Yellowjackets. Yeah.
They did. The defensive end did his job. He made sure that he sealed that corner to be able to make sure that the Lobos couldn't get around him. And as such, the linebackers and the safety came up to make the tackle on Brimhall for no gain. It's going to bring up 4th down and 5.
Beautiful play by the Jacket defense. 4th down. You can see what they're looking at here. They're lining up, kind of like that goal line offense. Jacket's going to load the box. There's a snap. Going to do a little missed diversion there. Going to break it. Finds the hole. Touchdown. That is number 22, Cody Fox. Beautiful play by the Lobos. Touchdown.
33-yard touchdown run there. Nice job, line.
Yeah, it just looks like the interior lineman of the Yellowjackets wasn't paying attention as Fox took the handoff as he came in motion to the near side. Took the inside handoff. He cut up right off the left guard. Got about 2 yards, quickly jumped to the outside. Around the corner he went for a 32-yard run into the end zone and touchdown. And just like that, the Snowflake Lobos are up 6-0.
So here comes the point after attempt. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Lobos first to hit the scoreboard. They're lined up for the point after attempt. That's going to be David Brimhall out there to kick the point after also. And we got a bunch of Jackets jumping. And they're going to say offsides on the Jackets. Move it a little bit closer. David Brimhall is really impressive. Is there anything he doesn't do? Offense, defense, and now he's going to go for the point after? I didn't realize he did all that. Oh, and they're going to go for the 2-point conversion. And now the Lobos are going to move it back.
Yeah, I think that's going to go against the Lobos. The problem is the penalty against the Yellowjackets moved them a yard forward.
And this one will take
And if this penalty is against the Lobos, it's going to move them 5 back, but instead they actually call offsides.
Offsides, they're going to move it a little bit closer.
Now they can just fall into the end zone.
Wow. I thought for sure that would against the Lobos. Yeah, that's almost not fair. Goes against the Jackets, it's half the distance. Goes against the Lobos, takes off 5 yards.
The nature of the beast.
Nature of the beast, they say. So here comes the Lobos. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion, and they're going to get more movement on the Jackets.
Now, I didn't see anybody move that time, so
Over on the far side, they did.
Sooner or later they're,
They can't move it in for him. They can't move it in for him. They're going to line it up again. Here's the snap. David Brimhall's going to keep it. still on his feet. He's in. Mark the score. Snowflake Lobos 8. Yellowjackets 0. We're going to go back for a 30-second timeout. You're listening to the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week presented by Sholo Ford, streaming live in HD at KWKM.com.
Your car is like an extension of you. So TEPS Cleaning and Detail Services is exactly who you will call to take extra care and pride in making your car look its best all around. People are talking about TEPS Cleaning and Detail Services and the amazing work they do for your vehicle. They offer hand washes or power washes, plus interior detailing starting at $80 and exterior detailing starting at $100. Please call for an estimate, 928-537-8377. TEPS Cleaning and Detail Services at Splash Car Wash in Sholo. Like their page on Facebook.
Okay, count it. Welcome back to the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week presented by Sholo Ford. Coming to you live from Lobo Stadium, where it's the Snowflake Lobos 8. Blue Ridge Yellowjackets 0. There's the kickoff coming from, I believe that's Brimhall again. Jackets are going to bobble it around at about the 10-yard line, still on his feet. And then he gets hit by David Brimhall. Sweet Mother Mary. That was a Beeler Orthodontics Fix My Smile hit right there.
Well, that's definitely going to need one of those neck braces for whiplash on that, as David Brimhall came from his kicker position in, came around the corner right through the gap to smack right into Zeke Kisei, stop him in his tracks. That'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Yellowjackets at their own 28-yard line.
Sweet Mother Mary, that was a hit right there. That'll jar your teeth loose. Here comes P.J. London and the Jacket offense up under center. Waiting to snap. Lobos defense moving around, going to hand it off. Finds a little bit of a hole before he's driven back, but he's going to pick up a couple, I believe.
48 on the carry there, number 60.
Chase Esparza on the carry, and he's going to pick up, what, about 2.5?
Just a little over 2.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 8. 2nd and a short 8, we'll call it. For the Jackets, what a hit by David Brimhall off that kickoff. Shishamunga. Here come the Jackets. P.J. London brings his offense up to the line. Offset I, one to the near side, one to the far side, up under center. There's a snap. Gonna hand it through Jace Merrill. He's going to drive it forward. And we have to see where they mark it. He's going to pick up about 6.
They're giving him a bad spot. It is a pickup of 6 for Colton Penrod on that play. He takes the handoff from the up back, quickly shoots up into the middle.
I said Jace Merrill, sorry about that. I'm going to have to get my lineups lined out here. Going to see if P.J. London can get this offense going. He's got to watch them handoffs. Here comes London bringing his troops up to the line of scrimmage. Sends one way out to the far side, going to bring him back in. Going to shift him over here to the near side once again, going to stack him up on the near side. Offset I. There's the snap. There's a whistle. There's a flag, and I believe it's going to illegal. Delay of game against the Jackets. They're going to back him up.
That was a pretty quick delay of game.
Back him up 5. It'll be now 3rd and 6, we'll call it.
So I didn't even see the back judge there start to move his hand to let London know that he was getting down there, but nonetheless, there was the back up of 5 yards, and now it's 3rd and long for the Yellowjackets.
Either way, here comes P.J. London bringing his troops up to the line. Offset I once again. One way out to the far side, one to the near side. Up under center. London takes a snap, looking to pass the ball. It gets batted down by big number 42. Big number 42 is Garrett Wood. It's good to see Garrett Wood get something positive going. Remember last week at Sholo, Garrett Wood had a couple passes that were just way too easy. And hit him right in the chest on the crossing route in the middle.
He had a tough game last week, offense and defense.
He had a tough night last week. It's good to see him get something going here. So 4th down, Jackets are going to Jackets were going to punt it, and we're going to call too many men on the field. Or they're counting. And
They do. They have 12 men out there.
if they have 12 men, I believe that's probably at least a half a person too many, maybe one. And they're going to say one too many, and they're going to send him off the field. They're going to back up the Jackets a little bit more. You talk about a bad start for the Jackets here on a big night of football. A lot of playoff possibilities playing out here throughout the whole state. Jackets are getting off to a bad start here. Line it back up for the punt. There's a snap. Gonna get a boot on it. Back to return the ball. It's gonna be Jake Christensen. He's just gonna watch it bounce, and they're gonna mark the ball at the...
Should be about the 32, 33-yard line there, John.
So it's going to be the 33-yard line, going to be 1st and 10. Lobos, 3:27 remaining here in the first quarter. We're going to keep it right here. The Lobos on top of the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets, 8-0. Lobos got a great start to the ball game, got the fumble recovery, and then the little diversion running play there that punched it in the end zone. Here comes Sandifer, shotgun, gets a man in motion, hopping around, and the officials are having a busy night thus far. False start on the Lobos, that's going to back them up 5.
False start on the Lobos, go back by 5, it'll be 1st and 15.
So they're going to have 15 yards to go here. Sandifer comes off to get the play from Coach K. Solomon. Going to go back in, 3:26 remaining here in the first quarter. Senior night here at Snowflake. Homecoming, senior night, big night for the Lobos. Packed house. Here's Sandifer, everybody in. They got the little man in motion. Going to pitch it to him. Brimhall.
Right side.
Brimhall's going to drive it forward. I don't think he made it back to the original line of scrimmage.
We're going to call it 2nd and 12.
Pick up about 3.
Yeah, long 3.
Yeah, long 3.
Short 4.
Almost 4. Almost 4. Going to bring up 2nd and long 9.
No, that would be a long 12.
I mean, long 12. Yeah, but they moved to
Short 12, long 11.
Long 15. Short, yeah. Here's the snap. Going to hand it off to Brimhall once again. Trying to go around the far side.
Fighting for a couple extra.
He's going to push the pile a little ways.
Down to the 36
And
yard line.
looks like he got a good spot over there. Yeah, it's going to bring up. That guy keeps moving. The ball spotter over there.
They seem to always do that for some reason.
That ball, they started way back there. It's going to end up about a 3rd and a long 6.
Yeah, from this angle, John, it looked like they stopped him just shy
That's
on
what
the 35, and now all of a sudden the ball's out at the 36.
At least our eyes are looking about the same tonight. Here comes Sandifer, shotgun. Oh, ball still loose, ball still on the ground.
And that's recovered by Colton Penrod, I believe.
Just like Blue Ridge.
Didn't that look like a fake handoff to you that went awry there? It looked like
It was
tucked.
it was supposed to be, I think it was supposed to be play action pass. The problem is the running back actually hit the ball out of Standiford's hand. You had one of the Blue Ridge linemen try to jump on it. The ball squirted away. Colton Penrod looked up and saw it out there, and he bolted from his flat position all the way in there.
That ball
covered.
was just rolling around out there. Nobody around. Here comes young P.J. London up under center. Stack him up on the far side. Going to hand it off. Right up the middle.
Looked like the ball was loose.
Colton Penrod fumbles it. And wow. Bingo, bango. The Lobos get the ball back. Wow, what a turn of events there. Jackets had the great opportunity there to get back in the ball game here and turned it over 1st and 10 Lobos.
Yeah, this is the second bad exchange between London and one of his running backs. They just seem to be having some miscommunication on the handoffs.
Missed something. Wow, that was a great break for the Jackets, and then they give it right back. Comes Sandifer, gonna fake the pitch to Brimhall. Here comes a pass, and that's a beautiful, I don't know who they're gonna call that on right there. The flag come down, 2 flags come down. I don't know what pass interference they're gonna call back here. They're going to call it on somebody.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is number 6, Corey Enfield was
Might have got a little push
behind.
out there.
Well, he was behind the receiver. The ball was overthrown, so I'm not sure
I think he kind of pulled the receiver
how they would call
back.
against the defender.
Kind of pulled him back.
Oh, they're going to call a hold on Corey Enfield.
Yep, it's going to be Snowflake ball because he kind of grabbed him shoulder and kind of pulled him back. So what looked like is going to be a great turnover for the Jackets ends up being a penalty on Enfield. Enfield got a little overzealous.
Yeah, John, I think that should have been a no call on that one, only in the sense that both athletes were trying to get to the ball, and it wasn't just one that had a hold of the other had a hold of there. Both of them were kind of just going back and forth.
There you go. So here comes Sandiford. High snap. Luckily, he keeps a hold of it and gets some positive yardage out of it. If he wasn't such a big quarterback, that one would have been way back there. It wouldn't have landed till about the 20-yard line.
That's going to be a pickup of a long 2 by Standerfer.
Which is a great play considering that high snap. We want to remind everybody on all your electronic devices, even your TV, if you're smarter than I am, you can hook up your computer to your TV and you can watch all these games we cover in HD at KWKM.com. Here comes Sandiford, got everybody stacked up in there. Gonna hand it off to Brimhall. Brimhall's still on his feet. Beautiful run by Brimhall. Move the chains, 1st and 10, Lobos.
That's going to be a first down.
It's going to be a pickup of 11.
Brimhall gets a little bit of a hole and then just jukes and jives. He does that quick stop and go, very good. Beautiful run by Brimhall, 1st and 10, Lobos. 1:02 and counting, clock still running. Remaining here in the first quarter, Lobos on top in this contest, 8-0. Sandiford got everybody in tight once again. Shotgun position. There's a snap. Gonna hand it off to Brimhall. Starts looking like he's going to the outside and cuts it back in. And the ball marker guy is moving quick over there.
They are getting some excellent spots by these line judge. I know we're not too far off there, John, but as I'm sitting here looking down, and we're almost looking straight down the ball, but that pile was around the 49 of Blue Ridge, but they've put that ball set down at the 48, so a pickup of 2 by Brimhall.
Here comes Sandiford. Clock still running. They're trying to get in one more play. Everybody in tight. Lone back. Here's a snap. Looking, little diversion play. Gonna hand it off to Fox, sweeping around to the far outside. And he's gonna push the pile close to the first down marker. Gonna see where they, no? They're gonna spot him way short.
Should be about the 42. Pick up a 6.
And that's gonna be the end of the first quarter. We're gonna take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Sholo Ford, streaming live in HD at KWKM.com.
We're here so you don't have to quit fishing or tell the grandkids you can't keep up with them anymore. Wouldn't it be nice to get back in the gym again or be able to play a full 18 like the old days?
Summit Healthcare offers this active community the latest in orthopedic procedures. Whether it's a sports injury, total joint replacement, or something else, have your surgery and rehab right here at home.
Get the most out of life again. Visit summithealthortho.net today.
I was just curious. I would like to know where you've been getting all that money you have in your pocket.
Well, don't be curious no more. I stopped by S&D Auto Wrecking the other day. It's like money in the bank. Clean the backyard. It's all worth money. Anything made of steel, copper, brass, anything, it's cash.
Like what kind of stuff?
Metal bed frame, cha-ching. S&D. Our batteries, cha-ching. S&D.
S&D Auto Wrecking. They'll pay you money for any kind of metal?
Anything made of metal.
S&D Auto Wrecking. You know what? I actually might be motivated to clean up the backyard now. 537-7132. S&D Auto Wrecking.
It's like money in the bank.
I was just...
Leah Taylor. McKay Brimhall. McKenzie Mortensen.
Welcome back to Lobo Stadium
McKenna.
for the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Sholo Ford. We got quite the ball game going on here. Snowflake Lobos hosting the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. We just fixed to start off the second quarter here. Blue Ridge Yellowjackets on top in this contest. 8-0.
I don't have
That'd be the Lobos that are on top, John.
Lobos on top. What did I say?
Yellowjackets.
I got sidetracked. My mind just went way gone right there. Lobos on top. Sanford up under center. I formation. We got a lot of movement. We're going to have a false start on the offense, which is the Lobos. That's going to back them up 5.
False start on the Lobos.
And instead of 3rd and 2, it's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Lobos now. Coach Sullivan out there to call the play in for the Lobos. Here comes Sandiford. Big, tall, lengthy left-hander up under center. Here's the snap. Gonna fake it, looking to pass the ball. Has a man over by the yard marker. And that is going to be Taden Flake.
That's going to be your first down.
Taden Flake, listed as a quarterback. We talked about him last week. Senior, 6'3", 170. Beautiful route right at the yard marker. Move the chains. 1st and 10, Lobos.
Yeah, the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets defensive line did their job. Stayed home, able to keep Stanifer there. But it was one of those that Flake was able to break free and continue open there, get the first down.
And they're going to call false start on the Lobos.
False start.
Going to back them up 5. Going to bring up 1st and 15 now for the Lobos.
Well, just think of it like this. The AIA is getting their money's worth here as all the flags are coming down.
Wow, I mean, this has been a flag-filled first half. They're going to send out Taden Flake way out here to the near side. High formation, there's a snap. Hand it off to Brimall. Brimall is going to get leg tackled right there at first. Right number.
Mark it. That'll be a pickup at 2 by Brimhall.
Colton Penrod, bottom of the pile even after being blocked. Still becomes part of the play. So what are you going to call? 2nd and 14? Long 13?
2nd and 13. Has a pickup at 2. A legitimate 2 that time.
Legitimate. 10
Wasn't
minutes
just shy of.
10 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. Sandiford shotgun. There's a snap. Under pressure, still scrambling. Gonna drive forward.
Nice little game there.
And they're gonna say,
I got one referee on the far side saying fumble recovered by Blue Ridge. Now the referee saying
now
they'll
they're all
say
saying it. The one from the near side jumped in there like he was gonna call it, but then he didn't call it. He just jumped in there excited. So the Lobos are going to put the ball on the ground once again. It's going to be jacket ball with 10:25 remaining here in the first half. 1st and 10 from the
should be the
37-yard line. We've had a lot of turnovers, and we've had a lot of flags thus far in this ballgame.
We have 2 fumbles by each team. And as far as flags, we had 4 of them down here on their 2-point conversion try.
So here comes P.J. London up under center. 2 split out here to the near side. Going to pitch it back. And he's going to fall down. Is that Chase Esparza? Chase Esparza on the carry. And he's going to slide down right at the 35-yard line. Going to be a loss of 1.
Should be a loss of 2 there, John.
Yeah.
A little bit of confusion, it looked like, between Penrod and Esparza as far as where they were going. And at the last minute, Penrod took off to take a block. The problem was there were 3 Lobos in front of him, and there's no way he was going to be able to make the right block. So
they're going to spot the ball here on the near hash, going from the tuner to the volume on your radio dial. Jackets trying to get something positive. They have not had anything positive on offense in this first half thus far. And we're going to have a timeout. Blue Ridge, and that's going to give us 30 seconds to take a timeout. We're going to go back to the studio. You're listening to the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Shola Ford, streaming live in HD at KWKM.com.
Black Diamond Auto Glass provides the finest full-service mobile and in-shop glass repair services, from free chip repair to windshield replacement, tinting, and more. We're here to pamper you and your car.
Black Diamond Auto Glass. Yeah.
We know cars and trucks at Williams Brothers Auto Service. Our certified mechanics employ today's latest automotive technology and are equipped to handle all major and minor auto repair services on foreign and domestic vehicles. Locations in Show Low and Snowflake.
Welcome back to Lobo Stadium, home of the Snowflake Lobos. For the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Sholo Ford, it's the Snowflake Lobos hosting the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. Final game of the season, senior night here at Snowflake. And Snowflake Lobos on top so far, 8-0. PJ London for the Jackets up under center, gonna hand it off, trying to find a hole run on the far side. Chase Esparza, and he's going to pick up,
Should be about a pick up of 5 on the play, John.
Pick up 5, and that'll bring up third and about 6 for the Jackets. 9:20 and counting remaining in the ballgame. And the Jackets have not got anything going offensively yet.
Actually, John, they've been doing good with the run, picking up about 4 or 5 yards. They carry. The problem is, then they get a flag against them and go backwards.
Or they put the ball on the ground, had several turnovers. There's the snap. London looking to pass the ball. Oh, off the receiver's hand, into the Lobos' hands. And that's going to be number 24. 24 is Sam Rue, the junior, 5'8", 132, off the hands of the receiver and into the hands of Rue.
Yeah, bad break there. The ball was right in the hands of the receiver. No reason he shouldn't have caught that. And the ball goes up in the air with 2 of the Snowflake Lobo defenders there behind him. It was easy pick off and return it back to the 45-yard line of Blue Ridge.
Just under 9 minutes remain here in the first half. Here comes Sanford shotgun. Everybody in tight, gonna hand it off to Brimhall. Brimhall's got some blockers out in front of him. Gonna juke and jive his way out to right about the 39-yard line of the Jackets. Nice run.
Just shy of the 39-yard line, so it'll be pick up of 5 on the play by Brimhall. Great opening there by his line there, allowing him to get up into the linebacker positions.
Here come the Lobos, gonna hand it off.
He was fighting for some yards there, John, able to continue moving forward. And that's gonna be a pickup of 2 on the play by Brimhall, gonna bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Lobos at the Blue Ridge 37.
8:01 remaining here in this contest and counting. It's the Snowflake Lobos 8, Blue Ridge Yellowjackets 0. Snowflake moving the ball once again, going to bring up 3rd and about 3. Long 2. Sanford shotgun. Brimhall in the backfield. We got half the Snowflake team moving before the snap even happened. We had people in motion, people going everywhere.
Yeah, John, I don't know if that was supposed to be a shift at first, but it looked like 2 people were shifting, and as there was a shift, all of a sudden you had the people, the center snap the ball, and next thing you know, part of the rest of the group go. And
we had people going everywhere, and the ball's still on the ground. Here comes Sanford bringing his offense to the line. 7:25 and counting remaining. There's the snap. Gonna fake it to Brimhall. Gonna hand it off. That little juke play. Once again, that's number 22, Cody Fox, Jr. He's gonna get around to the outside, but not near enough. He's gonna pick up,
that's a pickup of 3 on the play.
And that's going to bring up 4th and about 4 for the Lobos. Here comes the punt team out on the field. Just under 7 minutes and counting remaining here in the first half. Lobos on top, 8-0. Brimhall back to punt the ball. There's the snap. Brimhall doing a little running punt. A line shot. And Lobos are going to get down there. Might have got another bounce. No, it wouldn't have. I thought he was at the 5. No, he's going to down it at the 2-yard line. Beautiful, beautiful punt. Beautiful play by number 10. That is Jake Christensen to get down there and down that ball right at the goal line.
Yeah, Jake did a great job from his receiver position. Got down there in time, saw the ball, picked it up right at the 2 just for it would have went into the end zone. That's going to bring up a long field again. This is where Blue Ridge started at their own 1 in the beginning and just ended up fumbling after they picked up about 35 yards.
Going to be a quick handoff right up the middle, just trying to push the pile forward to give them some breathing room. We'll see where they spot the ball. Bottom of the pile is going to be, is that Chase Esparza at the bottom of the pile?
I believe it was.
Or was that Jace Merrill? I couldn't even see. They were piled up, and they got right up from the pile, and the whole pile moved into a huddle. It's hard to tell. I believe it was Chase Esparza.
4 on the play. We're going to call 2nd and 6.
Wow, again, pick up 4. Here comes P.J. London up under center. Going to hand it through. I believe that time it was Jace Merrill, I believe.
That'd be Colton Penrod.
I mean Colton Penrod, that's what I mean. I'm looking at the wrong thing every time. Penrod is going to pick up.
He's pick up a 5 on that play, John.
Pick up a 5, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Jackets just pushing forward, just under 6 minutes and counting, about 5.5 minutes. And wow, Lobos stepped up there and put some defense on them. It's at the bottom of the pile there.
42 and 34.
That was number 5, Adam Henderson, on that carry. But, John, we've seen Adam Henderson. He just always seemed to be running kind of gingerly when he gets the handoff, and he kind of did the same there as he wasn't able to shoot and take off and get in there. So
Braden Hatch, B-R-Y-D-O-N, Hatch, a junior, and at the bottom of the pile of that stand for the Lobo defense. Punt team out for the Jackets. There's a snap. Going to bring it down, gets a boot on it. Short punt. That's going to be a fair catch called for by Christensen. And he's going to make the fair catch at about the 42-yard line.
42.
Jackets. Just under 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. And the Lobos going to be back out there with great field position once again.
Yeah, John, this is, we try to figure out which team's going to show up to the ball game, and this is one of those that this is not the Blue Ridge team we've been seeing the last few weeks, but this is the Snowflake Lobo team we've seen previous weeks.
Yes, it is. Here comes Sanford under center, looking to pass the ball. Overthrows his big man, Caden Flake, but way overthrows him above his head, incomplete pass.
Yeah, Stanford got away with that one. It was one of those that Corey Enfield couldn't actually track the ball through the receiver at that point in time, but that ball went right over the shoulder of Corey Enfield at that point in time.
That was a high overthrown pass, incomplete pass. But they got away with it. They're going to keep the ball. Here comes Sandiford. They're going to get the ball set. Shotgun, 2 to the far side, 2 to the near side. Lone back. They're going to pass the ball. Quick pass out here to Fox. Fox is going to drive forward.
That should be enough for the first down. All they had to do is get to the 32, and I believe he was.
Just short.
Looks like they're going to mark it and bring in the sticks.
Looks like they are. It looks like they aren't. And they are going to... They're going to bring the chains over. See where they're at. The way that ball marker guy's been going over there, I hope the chains are right. I do. That ball marker guy has been everywhere. They're going to stretch it out.
Just a bit shy.
Just a bit short. So that's going to bring up 3rd and just short.
That's going to be a pickup of 9 on that pass play from Stanford to Fox. Basically a wide receiver screen over here on the far side. Fox was able to split a couple of defenders and get some distance there and almost pick up the first down.
Almost. I hope that one of these cheerleaders doesn't feel spunky here in a minute and just sling one of them balls like 80 miles an hour while we're looking the other direction. I'd hate to get drilled right in the head with whatever they're throwing. I hope it's not like, I don't know, like bricks. I hope they don't have a sponsor that's a brick company or something. Here comes Sandifer. Shotgun, there's a snap, gonna hand it off to Brimhall. Move those chains. Brimhall, first down, Lobos.
Pick up 5 on the play, either one. It's gonna be a first down.
Yeah, they pick up 5 on that play by Brimhall. And John, this Yellow Jacket defense is starting to remind me of the Sholo defense that they first started out at, where these defensive tackles are lining up way outside of the offensive tackles, and there's nobody until the linebackers to make a stop.
Here comes Sanford, shotgun. Gonna hand it off coming to the near side. Has a bunch of blockers out there. Fox still on his feet. Wow, that was great movement by the offensive line. They had some blockers over there in front of Fox.
They had the whole line over here on this near side of the field. It's gonna be a pickup of 9 on that play.
When the coaching staff said pull and block, them boys, they got it down pat. Here comes Sandiford, second and short. Shotgun, lone back is Brimhall. Here's a snap.
Quarterback keeper on.
I'm not sure. They acted like they couldn't decide who was going to take that ball.
Kind of a bad handoff exchange. You're exactly right. I think he meant to hand it off. Was unable to come forward with it. Pick up a 3 by Standerford as he ended up keeping the ball himself.
Move the chains, 1st and 10. Lobos, 3:19 and counting remaining here in the first half. Lobos on top, Blue Ridge Yellowjackets, 8-0. Even though we've seen Blue Ridge, have a little spurts of offense, I'm still, in my mind, I'm saying Blue Ridge hasn't got their offense going yet. Here comes Sandifer up under center. I formation, one split out here to the near side. Gonna pitch it to Brimhall. Brimhall's hit immediately. That's gonna be hit by number 65 over there.
Pick up a 1 by Brimhall, and John, the only issue on that one was number 65 was standing straight up when Brimhall was coming through, and the only thing that happens is the defender's going to go backwards because he's way too high and not getting down.
He rolled him backwards. That was Brandon Savage for the Jacket defense, senior, 6'1", 151. Here comes Sandiford bringing his troops to the line. 2 to the near side, 2 to the far side.
Offensive timeout.
Jackets bringing somebody else in.
Substitution there. Official timeout.
Official's going to wave their arm. Here comes Sandifer. There's the snap. Going to hand it off. Wow.
That's Jace Merrill.
That's Jace Merrill, number 19. And they're going to mark him down at the 4-yard line.
If they mark him at the 4, that's a first down and goal.
And the sticks are still standing, and they're going to mark it, well, just inside the 5, not quite to the 4.
That will probably need to be another measurement.
And nope.
Looks like it's close within the sighting here.
The official's still standing over the ball. Lobos come out there ready to roll. And the official's going to step back out of the way. I guess it's going to be 2nd and short. And now we're going to have a whistle blown. That's kind of an official penalty there, if you ask me. Oh, now they're.
I think the referee hadn't started the clock yet and given him permission to hike the ball.
I was going to say, that wasn't a penalty on nobody on the field. That was an official penalty. Sure enough, they hadn't started the clock. They blew a whistle. Now the Lobos back up there, ready to go. Clock running, 1:08 and counting. Got a little movement by the defense. No big deal. Going to hand it off to Brimhall. Brimhall's going to get the first down. And that's
it's going to be tight, John, because they did actually catch him behind the line.
And he didn't.
That should end up being
well,
no pickup on that one as well.
Timeout, Snowflake. 51 seconds remaining in the first half. It's going to be 4th down and short. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. No, we're going to keep it right here. Let's keep it right here. I'm afraid we're going to miss this with 51 seconds. I thought, I don't know. I thought that was a bad spot against the Lobos there. I thought he made it through further than that right there. What are you saying?
Well, you figure he got hit about 1.5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Right.
So that's where he got hit, and it was just a matter of could he get forward, because...
And I thought he did. I thought he pushed down and got forward. We've had some crazy spots. The spots haven't been where we've... I don't know. You can't argue with that. You're the one's been saying it. I've been agreeing with the officials.
No,
You've been
you...
arguing. Yeah, this first time I argued right here. Yeah. I've been so dang worried about these cheerleaders. One of them taking steroids or something and throwing something at me, hit me in the eye. A little bit nervous. My Bell palsy eye's pointing towards them. I can't see everything. So just under a minute remaining in the first half. Lobos on top 8-0. They're going to line back up. It's them 4th and short. Brimhall going to take the snap. Little Wildcat. And
quarterback Eber looks like he's got enough for the first down.
He'll easily get that one. That should be a pickup of 3 by Brimhall.
And Brimhall there.
I don't see how you got 3. I thought they were marking it right there on the 5.
Well, they moved the ball. I thought it came in. The head linesman over here came in at the 2-yard line. But apparently not. They're marking it down at the 3, so that is only a pickup of 2 on the play.
Yeah, going to be 1st and goal. Got about a half minute remaining here. Lobos going to punch in. Wildcat offense once again. There's Brimhall going to snap it to him, trying to get to the outside. And he gets to the outside. Okay, for Brimhall in the end zone. Touchdown, Lobos. I am very much impressed with this young man. Junior. Let's see what they got Brimhall listed as. They got him listed as a junior, 5'10", 184. This kid's just a good ball player.
He's a very well-rounded ball player.
He is. I didn't realize until tonight. I guess I didn't pay that much attention to it. He plays just about every position on the field. Once again, and don't think I'm stuttering. Brimhall's back in. Oh, going to go with the Wildcat, going for 2. There's a snap. Going to go to the other side this time, and they're going to hold him. He tries to dive in. Beautiful stop. Beautiful stop there by the Jackets. That's going to be Adam Henderson. Gets down low and going to stop him. So 24 seconds remaining here in the ball game. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Sholo Ford, streaming live in HD at KWKM.com.
When you live on the mountain, you have access to the trusted doctors that you and your family need right here at home. Summit Healthcare has brought more physicians and specialties to the area than ever before. From primary care to orthopedics, cardiology, women's care, and much more. You no longer need to look anywhere else. And with offices conveniently located throughout the White Mountains, our doctors are nearby. So next time you need a doctor, turn to Summit Healthcare.
Welcome back to Lobo Stadium. Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Sholo Ford. The Snowflake Lobos just kicks off. Bounces off the up man. Luckily, the Jackets get on top of it. 20 seconds remaining here in the first half. It's the Lobos 14, the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets 0. It's been pretty much the Lobos show so far in the first half, don't you think?
I think you're absolutely right. I mean, it was just one of those that the Yellowjackets are just having troubles being able to not shoot themselves in the foot, as every time they get moving, all of a sudden they either fumble the ball or create a bunch of penalties.
So here come the Jackets. 20 seconds remaining. They're going to hand it off, trying to go up the middle. Well, they got some double blocking going on back here. You know, if that Lobo defensive player can take 2 people off their blocking scheme, he's doing good. There's going to be a pickup of about
it's picked up a 2 by Adam Henderson,
but the clock is going to run out. That's going to be the end of the first half. With the Snowflake Lobos 14, Blue Ridge Yellowjackets 0. We're hoping to get some updates from around the league, but some other games we'll have to see. We're going to go to the Black Diamond Auto Glass halftime report. We're going to take a 2-minute break. You've been listening to the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Sholo Ford, streaming live in HD at KWKM.com. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Lobo football team will come down to the locker room at the beginning of
Face it, when you're feeling frustrated with slow internet, it shows. So stream without the buffering with Cable One high-speed internet. It has up to 100 megabits of blazing speed, and that's faster than those other internet guys. So no matter how many devices you have on at the same time, it's always fast. And that speed, that's written all over your face. Cable One, the face of fast.
Your car is like an extension of you, so TEPS Cleaning and Detail Services is exactly who you would call to take extra care and pride in making your car look its best all around. People are talking about TEPS Cleaning and Detail Services and the amazing work they do for your vehicle. They offer hand washes or power washes, plus interior detailing starting at $80 and exterior detailing starting at $100. Please call for an estimate, 928-537-8377. TEPS Cleaning and Detail Services at Splash Car Wash in Sholo. Like their page on Facebook.
Hey guys, who wants pizza?
Pizza Factory is the real best place for pizza and Italian cuisine. It's been a staple in the White Mountain community for 24 years. They have something for mom, dad, and the kiddos, like a huge arcade and 3 big flat screen TVs. Pizza Factory is open 7 days a week with a buffet Monday through Friday, daily specials, and a salad bar. They are now scheduling birthday, team, or graduation parties, pastas, calzones, specialty pizzas, and more. We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory in the Old Town Square Plaza in Sholo, 537-7771.
We're here so you don't have to quit fishing or tell the grandkids you can't keep up with them anymore. Wouldn't it be nice to get back in the gym again or be able to play a full 18 like the old days?
Summit Healthcare offers this active community the latest in orthopedic procedures. Whether it's a sports injury, total joint replacement, or something else, have your surgery and rehab right here at home.
Get the most out of life again. Visit summithealthortho.net today.
Welcome back to the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Sholo Ford. You are listening to the Black Diamond Auto Glass halftime report. Here at halftime at the Snowflake Lobos Stadium. Snowflake Lobos are leading the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets 14-0, as this seems to be an odd starting game, and it kind of ended up being one of those fiascos for the most part, I guess is the best way I would call it.
You mean for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets?
Well, for both teams, as you look at it. So the kickoff goes through from the Lobos to the Yellowjackets. The ball goes through as the return man for the Yellowjackets ran right on by the ball. And when he runs by the ball just kind of keeps bouncing. It stops rolling at their 1 yard line. The return man goes around, picks the ball up, looks up, there's still about 5 yards between him and the defenders, and he downs the ball. So that's fiasco number 1. The Yellowjackets start to move the ball, and they're doing well as they get all the way out to about the 35-yard line, and they fumble the ball. The Lobos take the ball, and they get all the way down to the end zone. They score, and then all of a sudden we have 4 offside penalties against the Yellowjackets, which takes the Lobos from the 3-yard line to basically the 1-inch line. They then go through and they get their 2-point conversion. The Yellowjackets get the ball back and they create some of their penalties of their own, unable to move the ball. The Lobos get the ball back and then they start getting penalties against themselves. And I would say probably there's been about 10 to 12 penalties in the first half, which is more than what we've seen in any game all season long.
Wow.
And then that's why I say it's kind of been a fiasco-filled game.
Wow.
Now, for the Lobos, on the other hand, yes, they have been doing well. They're pretty much firing on all cylinders. If it's not for the penalties that they're causing, this score could be much higher. And so at this point in time, I would say the Lobos are doing a phenomenal job. Just got to watch the mental mistakes as they have fumbled the ball twice themselves. But they do have 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. Missed on the last 2-point conversion. And that's where we're at here at 14-0.
It's homecoming.
It is homecoming, Gene. I'm looking around. I get so used to...
I don't see the homecoming court yet, but it is homecoming.
Right.
We've got a fantastic performance by the band going on right now.
Yes, the band is out there performing for us, and I was kind of looking around. I'm used to, in a homecoming, I see the floats coming around on the track and stuff, and I haven't quite seen that here tonight. That's why I'm like, I'm looking for, but yes, Gene, the card isn't out here yet, but the band is out there performing for us. We just had the cheerleading squad out there doing a routine for us.
Yes, and look at that twirler has on that beautiful, if you're watching in HD, you can see that beautiful, I don't know if Dan has a shot of that, but her shimmering outfit, that is so pretty. She's all dressed up for homecoming.
Yeah. She is all dusty, sparkly out there, and nice little blue and silver sparkles on her outfit.
Absolutely. Well, Hugh, this is very exciting, but did you go to your homecoming?
I did go to my homecoming.
Did you have a good time?
I did. The issue on that was that I was actually playing at the time, so it's not like I could actually participate in there. I did do kind of a double duty as I was also in the band as well for them, as they needed.
You were in the band and you played football?
I was. My senior year, I dropped out of the band to play football because I couldn't do the marching band.
I see.
At the end, I transferred over back into concert band. So I was in there, but about midway through season, one of their snare players got a little sick and injured and couldn't play the drum any longer, so they asked if I'd come in and fill in until band day for them, and that's kind of what I did a couple times.
Were you the drummer? Is that what you're...
Snare drum, yes, ma'am.
Snare drum. My brother played the snare drum. Wow, well, look at you. Isn't that neat?
Plethora of things. So, anyways, let's go ahead and take it back to the studio for a 2-minute timeout. You're listening to the Black Diamond Auto Glass Halftime Report on the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Sholo Ford.
I was just curious. I would like to know where you've been getting all that money you have in your pocket.
Well, don't be curious no more. I stopped by S&D Auto Wrecking the other day. It's like money in the bank. Clean the backyard. It's all worth money. Anything made of steel, copper, brass, anything, it's cash.
Like what kind of stuff?
Metal bed frame, cha-ching. S&D. Our batteries, cha-ching. S&D.
S&D Auto Wrecking. They'll pay you money for any kind of metal?
Anything made of metal.
S&D Auto Wrecking. You know what? I actually might be motivated to clean up the backyard now. 537-7132. S&D Auto Wrecking.
It's like money in the bank.
Black Diamond Auto Glass provides the finest full-service mobile and in-shop glass repair services. From free chip repair to windshield replacement, tinting, and more. We're here to pamper you and your car.
Black Diamond Auto Glass. Yeah!
We know cars and trucks at Williams Brothers Auto Service. Our certified mechanics employ today's latest automotive technology and are equipped to handle all major and minor auto repair services on foreign and domestic vehicles. Locations in Sholo and Snowflake.
When you live on the mountain, you have access to the trusted doctors that you and your family need right here at home. Summit Healthcare has brought more physicians and specialties to the area than ever before. From primary care to orthopedics, cardiology, women's care, and much more. You no longer need to look anywhere else. And with offices conveniently located throughout the White Mountains, our doctors are nearby. So next time you need a doctor, turn to Summit Healthcare.
Face it. When you're feeling frustrated with slow internet, it shows. So stream without the buffering with Cable One high-speed internet. It has up to 100 megabits of blazing speed, and that's faster than those other internet guys. So no matter how many devices you have on at the same time, it's always fast. And that speed, that's written all over your face. Cable One, the face of fast.
We're listening to the Black Diamond Auto Glass Halftime Report. Here at halftime at Snowflake High School, they are leading the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets 14-0, as it had technically been all Snowflake Lobos going on here, as they were able to continue moving the ball. As far as keys of the game for the Snowflake Lobos in the second half, number one, cut out the penalties, as They have had probably about 5-6 penalties themselves against them. A bunch of little illegal procedures. A lot of times when we've seen that, it's been that the center isn't snapping the ball, and the line is moving all the way at that point in time like they expected the ball to have been snapped. So they just need to cut out some of those mental errors and cut out those penalties, as well as they have fumbled the ball twice. As long as they don't turn the ball over in the second half, I project this score to kind of stay the same if we see everything happening the way they go. So for the Snowflake Lobos, there's not too much for their keys to their game and to finish up. The band is here playing again songs for us here at homecoming. It's the Snowflake Lobos. We haven't seen the court come out. John, how about you?
No, we haven't seen the King and Queen or whatever they're called. No, not yet. Still showing 9:30 remaining here at halftime. I don't know. Did they bring out the team from 1993?
They have not yet. We do know that they will be bringing out and honoring the state championship team from 1993. Looks like I see part of the court starting to get ready here over on just behind them, John. So maybe all the halftime festivities are getting ready to take off. And John, so what do you think about the Snowflake Lobos and their second half performance?
I think the Lobos have control of the game so far. I think the main key to the whole thing is if the Jackets can get anything going. The Jackets have to get something going. They've had the ball. I don't know how many offensive possessions they've had, but they just haven't been able to get anything going. Even when they drove down the field and they turned the ball over, we had the turnovers really didn't hurt nobody or help anybody either way. They went back and forth. Lobos just have to keep doing what they're doing. If the Jackets are gonna stay in this ballgame, they got to get something going right here, right off the bat. If they go down by 3 touchdowns, if they go down 21-0, I'm not sure if the Jackets can get back in this ballgame.
Yeah, John, we can go through. We can talk about it. The first fumble by P.J. London there, where he missed the handoff to the running back as they were starting to move the ball. That is one of the things that kind of hindered them, and the Snowflake Lobos were able to actually capitalize and take it in 32 yards for a touchdown, and that's when they started to lead the game. First half stats for the Snowflake Lobos: they are 2 for 3 in passing for 20 yards, 25 rushing attempts for 113 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 two-point conversion, and 2 fumbles. So we are now honoring the 1993, maybe that's 1983?
No, is it 1983? Might be 1983.
It looks like a 1983
they
state championship
undefeated
team.
12-0, they said.
Yep.
I see Jerome Martinez down there, Tony Tate, Todd Reedhead. Yeah, to go undefeated, that's a big deal, 12-0.
That is a big deal. So let's go ahead and take it back to the studio for a 2-minute timeout. You're listening to the Black Diamond Auto Glass Halftime Report on the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Sholo Ford.
Your car is like an extension of you, so TEPS Cleaning and Detail Services is exactly who you would call to take extra care and pride in making your car look its best all around. People are talking about TEPS Cleaning and Detail Services and the amazing work they do for your vehicle. They offer hand washes or power washes, plus interior detailing starting at $80 and exterior detailing starting at $100. Please call for an estimate, 928-537-8377. TEPS Cleaning and Detail Services at Splash Car Wash in Sholo. Like their page on Facebook.
Hey guys, who wants pizza?
Pizza Factory is the real best place for pizza and Italian cuisine. It's been a staple in the White Mountain community for 24 years. They have something for mom, dad, and the kiddos, like a huge arcade and 3 big flat screen TVs. Pizza Factory is open 7 days a week with a buffet Monday through Friday, daily specials, and a salad bar. They are now scheduling birthday, team, or graduation parties, pastas, calzones, specialty pizzas, and more. We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory in the Old Town Square Plaza in Sholo, 537-7771.
We're here so you don't have to quit fishing or tell the grandkids you can't keep up with them anymore. Wouldn't it be nice to get back in the gym again or be able to play a full 18 like the old days?
Summit Healthcare offers this active community the latest in orthopedic procedures. Whether it's a sports injury, total joint replacement, or something else, have your surgery and rehab right here at home.
Get the most out of life again Visit summithealthortho.net today.
I was just curious. I would like to know where you've been getting all that money you have in your pocket.
Well, don't be curious no more. I stopped by S&D Auto Wrecking the other day. It's like money in the bank. Clean the backyard. It's all worth money. Anything made of steel, copper, brass, anything, it's cash.
Like what kind of stuff?
Metal bed frame, cha-ching. S&D. Hard batteries, cha-ching. S&D.
S&D Auto Wrecking. They'll pay you money for any kind of metal?
Anything made of metal.
S&D Auto Wrecking. You know what? I actually might be motivated to clean up the backyard now. 537-7132. S&D Auto Wrecking.
It's like money in the bank.
7 Hot FM Game of the Week presented by Sholo 4. We are here at the Snowflake Lobos Stadium there as the Lobos are hosting the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. Halftime here, score is 14-0 as the Lobos have had their way with the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. It is homecoming here as the homecoming king and queen are out here on the track getting ready to be announced. They did just announce the winners of the floats as they had their homecoming floats this week. Now, John, we talked about earlier about the Snowflake Lobos. The Blue Ridge Yellowjackets, on the other hand, keys to the game. So one of the things I see is that they need to tighten up that defense as they have not been able to stop the Snowflake Lobos rushing inside. And when they do start to stop the inside, they go outside, and they're unable to handle that as well. So the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets got to take better control of the defensive line, be able to get some penetration, as well as they need to start wrapping up. We're seeing some good hits. We're seeing them get to the running backs. They just haven't wrapped up, and the running backs have been able to continue going on. On the flip side for their offensive, John, what I'm looking at is we're not seeing that offensive line that we saw 2 weeks ago when the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets beat the Sholo Cougars and ran all over them. It's just been a completely different offensive side of the ball for the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets that we've seen. And I think that needs to continue. We saw the first series of them as they went from their 1 yard line all the way about to the 35 before they fumbled. And ever since then, they've just been having some troubles being able to handle the ball or not turning over the ball. And so it's just causing some problems for them as they have had about 5 or 6 penalties themselves for illegal procedure. And that's kind of how I see what Blue Ridge needs to do in order to get going here if they expect to win this game. John, what do you think?
They're going to have to do something. No, you hit the nail on the head when you talked about blocking, when you talked about the line. When they played the Cougars, the line was stupendous. But we've had the opportunity to cover the Jackets on several occasions, and we've seen both sides, good, bad, and the ugly, out of the Jackets. As far as the Lobos go, David Brimhall is the ideal runner for this situation because when the Jackets do have a spurt of something good, David Brimhall's able to adjust to the hole. He's a good, versatile runner. He can bump outside or wherever. He takes advantage of it. I don't see so much. Whoa, sweet mama, that scared me. I thought I just got run over by a hillbilly truck. That country music. Sweet mama. I hope you heard that one because I might have just soiled myself a little bit. Anyway, I don't so much see the Lobos as blowing the line out as much as the Jackets just not performing, really.
And I think you're kind of right on that, John, is when I look at that and how I'm seeing that the offensive line for the Lobos are dominating the defensive line for the Yellowjackets, it's one of those that it appears that the Yellowjackets are running a 3-4, and the problem is that the defensive tackles for the Yellowjackets are lining up outside of the offensive tackles. And when you run a 3-4, those defensive tackles need to be lined up inside shade of the offensive tackles, outside shade of the guards. So they're kind of in that gap so that the guard or the tackle both have to kind of be concerned about that defensive tackle and where they're going to go. And the way they're playing right now, the guard and the tackle, the guard doesn't have to worry about anybody except a linebacker at that point in time, which opens a huge hole for that running back to get up into.
Yeah, when you compared them to the Cougar defense, when the Cougars were lining them way to the outside off the nose guard, And so, especially like over there in Round Valley, the Round Valley backs didn't have to worry about touching anybody until they got to the linebackers. That's kind of what we're seeing here. And if you give these young men out here time enough to get from the time they get the ball to the linebackers, you're going to have a problem every time. If on offense, if you can pick up on the ground 5 yards every handoff, then you got a problem. You look at what the Elks done to the Cougars over there, the same situation, and you had running backs running for 250 plus yards, and that's never going to cut it.
Yeah. Well, John, I think you're absolutely right. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our Black Diamond Auto Glass halftime report. We're glad that you tuned in and listened to it. Let's go ahead and take it back to the studio for a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back for the start of the second half. You're listening to the Black Diamond Auto Glass halftime report on the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Sholo Ford.
Black Diamond Auto Glass provides the finest full-service mobile and in-shop glass repair services. From free chip repair to windshield replacement, tinting, and more. We're here to pamper you and your car.
Black Diamond Auto Glass. Yeah.
We know cars and trucks at Williams Brothers Auto Service. Our certified mechanics employ today's latest automotive technology and are equipped to handle all major and minor auto repair services on foreign and domestic vehicles. Locations in Sholo and Snowflake.
When you live on the mountain, you have access to the trusted doctors that you and your family need right here at home. Summit Healthcare has brought more physicians and specialties to the area than ever before. From primary care to orthopedics, cardiology, women's care, and much more. You no longer need to look anywhere else. And with offices conveniently located throughout the White Mountains, our doctors are nearby. So next time you need a doctor, turn to Summit Healthcare.
Face it, when you're feeling frustrated with slow internet, it shows. So stream without the buffering with Cable One high-speed internet. It has up to 100 megabits of blazing speed, and that's faster than those other internet guys. So no matter how many devices you have on at the same time, it's always fast. And that speed, that's written all over your face. Cable One, the face of fast.
Hey guys, who wants pizza?
Pizza Factory is the real best place for pizza and Italian cuisine. It's been a staple in the White Mountain community for 24 years. They have something for mom, dad, and the kiddos, like a huge arcade and 3 big flat-screen TVs. Pizza Factory is open 7 days a week with a buffet Monday through Friday, daily specials, and a salad bar. They are now scheduling birthday, team, or graduation parties, pastas, calzones, specialty pizzas, and more. We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory in the Old Town Square Plaza in Sholo, 537-7771.
I was just curious. I would like to know where you've been getting all that money you have in your pocket.
Well, don't be curious no more. I stopped by S&D Auto Wrecking the other day. It's like money in the bank. Clean the backyard. It's all worth money. Anything made of steel, copper, brass, anything, it's cash.
Like what kind of stuff?
Metal bed frame, cha-ching. S&D. Car batteries, cha-ching. S&D.
S&D Auto Wrecking. They'll pay you money for any kind of metal?
Anything made of metal.
S&D Auto Wrecking. You know what? I actually might be motivated to clean up the backyard now. 537-7132. S&D Auto Wrecking.
It's like money in the bank.
Lobo Stadium, home of the Snowflake Lobos for the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Sholo Ford. It's Snowflake Lobos hosting the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets, last game of the regular season. Snowflake Lobos on top of this contest, 14-0. Just fixing to get underway here with the second half. As we talked about in halftime, the Jackets have to get a stop here on these Lobos to start off this second half. The Lobos can receive the ball. If the Jackets don't get a stop here and get something going offensively, I think mentally, I think the Lobos are going to defeat the Jackets here. There's a nice boot all the way down to the 2-yard line. Take it from there, still on his feet. Going to cut back into the inside. Going to take it back out to the 33-yard line of the Lobos. Who was that, number 22? Fox on the return. Nice return. Cut back in, picked up another about 6-7 yards. Good starting position for the Lobos offense.
It is a great starting position there for the Lobos here. They're starting off the third quarter, and like I say, John, this all depends. This is the series that's going to determine how Blue Ridge is going to go. And
I agree wholeheartedly. This is the determining factor in the ball game, I believe. Sanford shotgun, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. There goes a man in motion. Fox gonna hand it off though. I believe that's David Brimhall.
65.
And they're gonna stop that. That's gonna be a loss for the Lobos.
Yeah, loss of a yard on the play as number 65 was in the backfield. Number 65 for Blue Ridge, Brandon Savage.
So we're gonna see, this is gonna be a key defensive stand here. I'd still believe it. Good first down there for the Jackets. Giving them -1 here. Sanford up under center, I formation. Gonna fake the handoff, rolling out to the outside, looking to pass the ball. Nice shoestring catch by number 86. Caden Flake with the catch. Beautiful catch. Gonna pick up about 5. Yeah, about 5.
5 on the play there, John.
Gonna be 3rd down and 6. Jackets thus far coming out doing just what they need to do here. See if they can hold them here and get the ball back. Kay Solomon gonna send the play in out with Sandifer. Sandifer, the big Ben Roethlisberger almost look-alike, if you ask me. Big lefty. In the backfield with David Brimhall. There's a snap, gonna fake it to Brimhall. Gonna do that little counter play, gonna hand it off to number 22.
He should be just a little bit shy of that first down.
Cody Fox gonna take it around almost to the 1st-yard marker. Just gonna be just short. Cody Fox, a junior, 5'11", 150. And it's going to be 4th and about half a yard.
It is. Looks like they might be bringing in a short yardage group. Yeah, as Fox comes out, they're going to run the Wildcat there with Brimall.
David Brimall comes out, gets the play from Coach Solomon, runs back in. They're going to run that Wildcat.
Let's see if Blue Ridge has made any adjustments to that formation.
And we're going to have a timeout. Snowflake. It didn't look like Solomon really wanted that timeout. I don't know why he went ahead and called it. So we're going to take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Sholo Ford, streaming live in HD at KWKM.com.
Black Diamond Auto Glass provides the finest full-service mobile and in-shop glass repair services. From free chip repair to windshield replacement, tinting, and more. We're here to pamper you and your car.
Black Diamond Auto Glass. Yeah.
We know cars and trucks at Williams Brothers Auto Service. Our certified mechanics employ today's latest automotive technology and are equipped to handle all major and minor auto repair services on foreign and domestic vehicles. Locations in Sholo and Snowflake.
Welcome back to Lobos Stadium. Snowflake Lobos 14, Blue Ridge Yellowjackets 0. You're listening to the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by our friends Guy Hatch and his staff at Cholo Ford. Here comes David Brimhall, 4th and a short 1. Wildcat, there's a snap. Brimhall trying to get around the outside, got plenty of room. Still on his feet, great blocking, still running. 30, 20, down to about the 17-yard line before they take him out of bounds. 1st and 10, Lobos. Beautiful run by Brimhall.
Beautiful run there by Brimhall there. He just takes the snap and goes around the far side. And the Yellow Jacket defense did not make any change whatsoever, as they basically just lined up as they normally would. They took the hit. Nobody got around to the outside to seal off that outside, and it was a tough time for the Yellow Jackets.
That was some beautiful blocking they had down there, though. That's Fox. Fox is going to lose a couple yards there, looks like. Going to back him up, going to lose more than a couple.
Looks like they're where they're marking the ball about the 24. It's going to be a loss of 6 on the play by Fox.
We got an update coming from Winslow. Almost at halftime, it is 32-8. Sholo Cougars on top of the Winslow Bulldogs. So the Cougars taking care of their part as far as to make it into the playoffs. Here comes Sandifer, shotgun. There's a snap. Whistles are blowing, flags are flying. Gonna have a false start. Lobos. Sanford, a little bit confused about, I don't know what that's all about. He's going to come off and talk to Coach K. Solomon, but it don't matter if he understands or not, because they're going to back him up 5. They're going to back him up 10.
No, just 5.
5. Yeah, they had already lost 5, I guess. Well, more than 5 on the first.
Yeah,
line.
John, his playoff picture is kind of going to be muddled if Snowflake wins here, because all 3 teams right now start this week 6-3. The Lobos and the Cougars are 3-1 in the division, and the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets are 4-0. So a loss by Blue Ridge and could cause a massive change.
Here comes Sanford up under center. Whistles are blowing, flags are flying. I know that there's a little implication, I think, with the Sabino game down there also. Lobos are going to back it up further. You know, if you look at the paper from the AIA in the ranking standings, I don't know which paper it was, but one of the categories is tiebreaker. And you go opposite, if you go out to tiebreaker under Cholo Cougars, it says they're 1-0 head-to-head against Snowflake, and Snowflake is 0-0 because of that ball game. Here comes Sanford. Sanford's going to be brought down. This is what the Jackets needed to do way down here on this end of the field, because they're going to make a big-time stop. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 30. What's it going to be?
3rd and 32.
That's a loss of 6 on that, I believe. I'm trying to double check here from where they were at.
Yeah,
they started at the 18. They were loss of 6, making it to the 24. 10-yard penalty puts them to the 34, and they're sitting in the 40. So yes,
that yard marker guy moves way too fast to try to keep heads or tails of anything. 7:15 remaining here in the 3rd quarter and counting. It is 3rd and 32. Shotgun position. Here comes a man in motion. 2 split out here to the near side. Looking to pass the ball. They send everybody. Beautiful defense right there. Who's that stayed
Number
home?
54.
Number 54 stays home, and that is Abe Brazil, senior, 5'10", 195. He stays home, and as soon as the pass gets there, he takes him down, and that's going to bring up 4th and 32. The Jackets, if they could have done that at this end of the field, made that stand, they'd have been in real good shape. There's a snap, and there's some more whistles. We're going to see who they call it on.
The illegal procedure.
They're going to back the Lobos up some more.
They are, John, and this is what I talked about, the keys to the game for the Lobos in here is they got to watch those mental mistakes with those penalties, because these penalties have killed them as they were down at the 18-yard line.
And they don't have Brimhall back to punt the ball this time. He's blocking. There's a snap. Going to get a boot on it. They're not even going to attempt to go after it.
It's a neutral bounce on there as the ball hit and just kind of rolled sideways instead of going anywhere. And the Yellowjackets will take over, I believe, at their 11.5, 12-yard line.
Corey Enfield didn't even make a move towards the ball.
I think that was actually Corey Enfield.
Corey Enfield.
Yes.
I don't know.
I think he figured it was going to go over his head.
But he didn't even go side to side to even, I don't know. I would have liked it better if he'd have just made an effort to go sideways to see how far he's going to go over his head if it was. Here comes P.J. London up under center. 2 split out here to the near side. There's the snap. Going to hand it off. And that's going to be number 17, Colton Penrod. And he's just going to kind of dive forward. And he's going to pick up a long 4.
Looks like 4 on the play is what he's going to pick up. And John, the issue is a lot of times if you're not sure if the ball's going to make it in the end zone, you want the defenders to think that it is away from where you're at.
Right, well, it was purely away from where he was at. There's a snap. Going to hand it off up the middle once again. I would really like to see P.J. London get a little quick pass off to kind of get some people out of the box here.
10, 8. So another pick up a 4 on the play.
3rd and long 3, 4. Right at about 4, 3rd and 4.
3.
3. Here comes London up under center. 1 split out here to the near side. There's a snap. And it's on the ground. It is picked up. was a blown offensive play there. Was that David Brimhall in on the tackle?
I'm not sure what that was supposed to be because it sure looked like the running back just ran right by London and didn't take the handoff.
That was a broken offensive play. David Brimhall is doing an outstanding job here. He's in on the fumble recovery, and they're going to bring him down 1st and goal at the
5, it looks like.
Yeah, I can't see through the huddle there. Is it at the 5-yard line? 1st and goal from the 5. 5:04 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. And the Jackets had a chance to do what we talked about. They made a stand, got the ball back, and just couldn't get anything going. Now they turned it over. Wildcat offense. Brim on the backfield. There's a snap. Oh, he's going to pass the ball. Oh, that looked like that could have been a holding call right there. Could have been a holding call right there called on the Jackets. That was who's that, number 42?
The problem with calling a holding on that, John, is what happens is they line up the block.
Yeah.
And so if they initiate the block and you're still being blocked at that time, it's not necessarily a hold at that point because you were acting as a blocker before you became the intended receiver.
Well, sure you are, but there goes Brimhall, gonna juke and jive, still on his feet. Touchdown. My point was the Lobos are the blockers. They have the ball. When Garrett Wood tried to break to get away from the person he was blocking, then there was a hold right there. Once he seen him, he looked up and saw Brimhall going to pass the ball. Wood had just broke past him. He grabbed a hold of him and keep him from going. Then that's a hold because the Lobos are the ones blocking, not the Jackets.
If he reached out and grabbed a hold of him, you're absolutely correct, John.
His arm.
That was what I missed. What I saw the defender on the line still continue blocking him so he couldn't get free.
Right. Once he saw Brimhall going to pass, Wood broke. He grabbed hold of his arm. There's the snap to Brimhall. Little dump pass. Hey, that was a free throw shot. David Brimhall showing his basketball skills. Decides to do a Shaquille O'Neal free throw shot. Dumps it off to Taden Flake in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Snowflake Lobos 22, Blue Ridge Yellowjackets 0. Let's just keep it right here. We don't have time to go anywhere anyway. What a turn of events. They couldn't hold them down here, the Jackets couldn't. Then they do hold them, and a blown offensive play, just like you said. The running back acted like he didn't want the ball. He run right past P.J. London like, it's on you, buddy. And London gets tackled and loses the ball. I'm not sure that error goes on P.J. London.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if he was supposed to hand off the ball or not. But if that was a play-action pass, then you have to expect your lineman on your blind side to be able to make that block. And based on what happened in the defensive lineman in that backfield at the handoff, they completely missed the block.
Yes, they did. We have an update from the Dome over there in Round Valley. The number 1 Round Valley Elks taking on the St. John's Redskins 24-0. Round Valley on top, but I have to commend St. John's for keeping it at 24-0. St. John's going in there, numbers way down, a lot of injuries, and to go in there against the number 1 team in the 2A in the Dome, that's rough. Isn't that game in Round Valley? No, it's in St. John's. I was right. I got to think about that right then. But still, 24-0. St. John's is still holding in there, just like this score. Now I believe it's going to get away from the Jackets. But 24, if you're just out 3 touchdowns, you can still get back in high school. There's going to be the kickoff. It's going to be Jacket ball from about the 28-yard line, looks like. They're going to push it forward. That's going to be Colton Penrod. Going to be a good pickup there, too. Pickup of 7.
Yeah, it's going to be just shy of 7 yards, so we'll give him 6 on the carry. But, John, you're absolutely correct. They got to start doing something, the Yellow Jackets do.
They do.
Because they are just shooting themselves in the foot, and they're just falling further and further behind.
They're going to spin out one to the far side, one here to the near side. They spot it on the near hash. London up under center. There's a snap. Going to hand it off right up the middle once again. Good run by Penrod.
He's going to pick up 10 on that play, John.
Move the chains. 1st and 10 Jackets. That looked just like a determination, I'm mad type run.
Yeah, you know, we've seen this, and this is what we've seen from them. They come out, they run the ball, they start moving the ball, the first couple drives and stuff, and then all of a sudden they just kind of stumble, and that's been it.
So here come the Jackets. P.J. London up under center, 1st and 10, man in motion. There's a snap. Flags going everywhere. That's going to be a false start against the Jackets.
And call a false start. Looks like he has number 6 out there.
It's Corey Enfield. Number 6 is.
But John, for Round Valley, they're just being a powerhouse and stuff. And for St. John's, it looks like they're having the same type of year they did 2 years ago when all their seniors all of a sudden started getting hurt, and they had to bring in the freshmen for the quarterback and just having trouble.
Last year, when they wasn't it? Last year when they brought in a freshman for the quarterback, starting off the playoffs. Went down there with a freshman quarterback. As starting off first game of the playoffs, P.J. London looking to air it out. Has a man.
And that is caught.
And that is caught by Corey Enfield. That defense could have been better right there. Had plenty of time to adjust. He thought he was going to sneak in there and get the interception. But that's a good confidence builder for young P.J. London and this whole Jacket offense.
Yeah, 25-yard pass play. That ball was up for grabs. It could have went either way on that one. But
it was.
Yeah, no, John, 2 years ago was when they had a couple studs there on their offense as far as quarterback and tight end, and they ended up getting hurt after like the second game.
Here comes Colton Penrod around the outside. Beautiful run. Nice tackle by David Brimhall. Got flags on the play. We're going to have to see probably a holding call, I'm thinking.
I'm not sure what we're going to get. I know that there was possibly a bad block there, but at the same point in time, it looked like the defender did some sort of retaliation and a second flag came in, so we might be looking at 2 flags here.
We're going to see. They're walking over to the coaching staff of the Lobos. Going to talk to Coach Hargrove. We're going to see what the call is here.
A hold against the Yellowjackets.
Offsetting penalties, maybe?
Nope.
Nope, they're going to back it up. And they are going to call a hold, looks like. So they're going to back the Jackets up. 2:54 remaining here in the third quarter. Snowflake Lobos on top over the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets, 22-0. They're going to back them up. That'll bring up first and about, looks like about 15. 15, 1st and 15. Here comes P.J. London. Up under center, 2 split out to the far side, lone back. Here comes a man in motion. There's a snap. London looking to pass the ball once again. Oh, over his head. Had his man there, had number 80.
I'm not sure if we're going to get a hold or a roughing the passer here, John, as I still see a flag that just came in at the end.
It's got to be a roughing the passer, I would think. Tanner McCullough was the would-be receiver. Because that one is way back there where P.J. London would have been. And
they are marching off.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. And that's going to give them that first down. That's going to move the ball all the way up to the 25-yard line of the Lobos. So the Lobos are trying to help the Jackets remain in this ballgame. They just can't do it. They're going to send 2 out to the far side. London up under center. Lone back. Colton Penrod. There's a handoff to Penrod. He's just going to push it forward. And he's going to get it down to, looks like, about the 21-yard line.
It's going to be a pickup of 3 there, John, on the play.
About the 22-yard line, looks like, where they're going to spot it at. Yeah, the 22-yard line of the Lobos. So that's going to bring up, 2nd and 7. Long 6. London's going to pitch it. They have Colton Penrod in the backfield. Beautiful tackle by, let's see who that is.
It's number 42, Wood.
Big number 42, Garrett Wood. Is that his name?
That's going to be a loss of 4 on that play.
Jarrett Wood, tight end, defensive end, senior, 6'5", 210 pounds. I know a lot of the Woods down here. Dave Wood is you'd call one of them upstanding citizens down here. Great guy. I love the Wood family, good bunch of people. Here comes P.J. London up under center. Lone back, two split out to the near side. Looking to pass the ball once again, gonna dump it off. Right into the hands of... That's not a horse collar, so don't holler horse collar. That was a good tackle there.
That was a Superman tackle on that one as he took a dive at him.
I believe that was number 10 there. Jake Christensen with the interception. London had them, and he just way short on the pass.
I don't know if he was short or if he was long.
Long on the one up.
Because he had one wide open at about the 10-yard line, and he had one just somewhat open at about the 20, and the ball was picked off around the 15.
Right between them. So here come the Lobos. 1 minute, 15 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. There's the snap, gonna hand it off, coming up the middle. Good run. And the runner there's going to be, that's not Brimall no more, that's gonna be number 20. That is,
Bridgen Turley.
Yeah.
Pick up a 6 on the play.
Brig, whoever's calling Brig. That's the easiest way to do it.
Brigden?
Brig. He's just called him Brig Turley. Good run. Gonna hand it off Turley once again. Kind of a galloping ghost hop there at first.
Pick up a 2 on that play.
That was almost like that spinning move over there in Winslow. Did you see him jump before anybody got there? Kind of like that spin move.
He thought he needed to make a move, and
I guess he jumped back over in his spot. I don't know. The spin move in Winslow is phenomenal. Go back at KWKM.com to the archives. Watch the Winslow Snowflake game, and you'll see the greatest spin move by a running back in the history of the world. There's a snap. Going to hand it off once again, right up the middle. Move those chains. 30 and 10.
Pick up of 3 on that play by Jake Christensen. But yeah, John, you got to finish that off with the best spin move ever not needed.
But it doesn't matter. You just never see a spin move where there's nobody around. And there's the click right there. The gun goes off into the third quarter with the Snowflake Lobos 22, Blue Ridge Yellowjackets 0. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Shola Ford, streaming live in HD at KWKM.com.
We're here so you don't have to quit fishing or tell the grandkids you can't keep up with them anymore. Wouldn't it be nice to get back in the gym again or be able to play a full 18 like the old days?
Summit Healthcare offers this active community the latest in orthopedic procedures. Whether it's a sports injury, total joint replacement, or something else, have your surgery and rehab right here at home.
Get the most out of life again. Visit summithealthortho.net today.
Welcome back to Lobo Stadium, home in Snowflake Lobos. You're listening to the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Shola Ford, streaming live in HD at KWKM.com. It's the Snowflake Lobos hosting the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets, and the Lobos they've just dominated here in this ballgame. Snowflake 22, Blue Ridge 0.
It's like we're looking at a flip side of last week's game of Sholo and Snowflake. Only this time, Snowflake is Sholo and Blue Ridge.
But that's the way it's been all season. If you think about all the games we've covered, there's been no one that you could say, wow, it's going to be a blowout for this team. Everything's gone like that. Sanford's going to fake a pass, going to hand it off to number 22, going the other direction. And that is
where they mark the
Cody
ball.
Fox, junior, 5'11", 150, and they're going to spot the ball.
Pick up a 9 on the play.
Yeah, I don't know how he's saying 8. Pick up a 9. Going to bring up second 1.
Well, John, we've had that all year long with the announcers.
But we have it straight ahead. That's why it's easy for us. He's having to look at the angle.
Timeout Blue
whistle
Ridge.
blowing, and we're going to have a timeout Jackets. So we'll take a 30-second timeout with the Lobos on top, 22-0, just starting off the fourth quarter. You're listening to the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Sholo Ford, streaming live in HD at KWKM.com.
Face it, when you're feeling frustrated with slow internet, it shows. So stream without the buffering with Cable One high-speed internet. It has up to 100 megabits of blazing speed, and that's faster than those other internet guys. So no matter how many devices you have on at the same time, it's always fast. And that speed, that's written all over your face. Yes! Cable One, the face of fast.
Welcome back to Blue Ridge Stadium, where it's the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets hosting it's the Snowflake Lobos hosting the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. You got to watch out for me now. I'm out there. 11:27 remaining here in this contest. Snowflake Lobos on top over Blue Ridge, 22-0. It's been the Snowflake Lobos show here, and they claim to be the owners of the fourth quarter. We're going to see if they can kick it in and make it even more dominant performance here. Sanford up under center, second and about one. There's the snap. Looking to pass the ball under pressure, and he's going to be brought down. Who is that over there? 57. 57 is David Hernandez, junior, 5'6", 134. Beautiful play by Hernandez to get back there and stop Sanford. And that'll go from 2nd and 1 to about 3rd and 6.
That was a great defensive play by the defensive tackle there for Blue Ridge as he came around the outside, beat his man, kind of tucked up underneath him as he came around to get a hold of Standiford and brought him down.
Here comes Standiford, shotgun, everybody in tight, and we're going to have a timeout Snowflake. So they're just going to exchange timeouts here with 10:39 remaining. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Sholo Ford, streaming live in HD, KWKM.com.
Hey guys, who wants pizza?
Pizza Factory is the real best place for pizza and Italian cuisine. It's been a staple in the White Mountain community for 24 years. They have something for mom, dad, and the kiddos, like a huge arcade and 3 big flat screen TVs. Pizza Factory is open 7 days a week with a buffet Monday through Friday, daily specials, and a salad bar. They are now scheduling birthday, team, or graduation parties, pastas, calzones, specialty pizzas, and more. We toss them, they're awesome. Pizza Factory in the Old Town Square Plaza in Sholo, 537-7771.
Welcome back to Lobo Stadium, home of Snowflake Lobos. You're listening to the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Sholo Ford, streaming live in HD at KWKM.com. They're playing Duck the Horn down here. Sooner or later, somebody's going to get horned, and I'm glad it's not me. One person ducks, the other person swings a horn, and they go vice versa, and they try to speed it up every time. Someone's going to get horned. Here goes Sanford, shotgun, looking to pass ball, crossing route, in and out of the hands of number 22, Fox. Nice hit by Corey Infield. It's going to be an incomplete pass. And they're going to try to do it faster down here. That's going to bring up 4th and about long 6 for the Lobos. They're going to punt it away. And they have a bunch of crazy stuff going on down here. Let's see if somebody can get horned. They're swinging. That trombone player goes the opposite direction. She stepped back. She even got confused. There's the punt. Infield's back, going to try to make a play on it. It's going to be brought down immediately. Oh, you got a late flag coming in.
Not sure if it's going to be a late hit or possible face mask on there. But it was against the Lobos for sure.
I think he kind of made a motion like he was there in his face too soon or something. He covered up his...
No, there's no interference on the return.
So what is the call going to be?
Holding?
What?
Personal foul on Snowflake.
Oh, sir, I didn't see the personal foul that time. I saw him look like he was just doing a holding.
I thought the guy on the far side that threw the flag made a motion like he done like this, shaking his head like he couldn't see to catch it or something. Looked like infield filled the ball fine. It's going to be 15 yards. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Jackets. 10:25 remaining in the ball game. P.J. London up under center. Offset eye. Everybody in tight. There's a snap. Going to hand it off. Coming here to the near side. Pushing forward. Going to be... That's going to be Esparza. Chase Esparza on the carry, and they're going to pick up about a long 5, looks like.
5 on the carry there. He just takes the hand off right up the middle. Nice blocking there by the Yellowjackets. It's just, like you say, John, they start to move the ball, and as they're looking like they're about ready to move and go into the end zone, they kind of make a mistake.
Here comes the handoff up the middle, and the Lobos are all over that one.
He looks like he might be hurt, Penrod, getting up a little slow.
Penrod getting up real slow, real gingerly.
Going to be a loss of 1 on that play.
That's something. You talk about something hurting the Jackets. They could come out here in this loss, obvious. Walk out of here with one of their big players getting hurt going into the playoffs. That would be big disappointment for the Jackets. Here comes London, bringing his offense up to the line. One split out to the far side, offset eye. Up under center, there's a snap, looking to pass the ball. Gonna air it out. And those passes are just up in the air too long.
Yeah, he needs to try to get a little more rope on that, instead of kind of slinging it up in the air and letting it come down. He needs to put a little more on the line, a little urgency and stuff.
Remember how we talked about McGinnis at Sholo? Start to run them quick routes, hurry up and just get the ball out there. That's kind of what they need to do with young P.J. London. Do some quick routes, quick passes to get some people out of the box, and it builds some confidence. It moves the ball down the field. Here comes the punting team out for the Jackets. There's a snap. Going to get a boot on it. They called for the fair catch, and it's going to be at the 34-yard line. Going to be 1st and 10. Lobos, 8:56 remaining here, with the Lobos on top, 22-0. Don't you think that'd be a good idea for young P.J. London to do some quick routes, get the ball out there, eliminate a bunch of them people in the box?
Well, the problem is there's not a whole lot of Lobos that are up in the box. They pretty much just have their defensive line and their inside linebackers on there. Everybody else has kind of dropped back, and so when you're sending out only 2 receivers, 1 on each side, there's 2 different people covering you, 1 underneath and 1 over the top, and that's the problem there, is they're just not, I don't think they have the ability to throw the ball right now because of the way they're setting up their offensive scheme. They're running basically a tight formation, split eye with 2 wide receivers.
Right.
No chance that you're going to be able to throw any deep ball for the fact. If you want to throw a deep ball, you're going to have to put a slot out there or a tight end that's going to have to draw somebody up into the flats so that you have the underneath throw you can make.
There you go.
Instead, you basically have an underman and an overman, and you're not be able to get the ball either way to them.
Well, you just missed a good penalty there. I don't even know how that transpired. There's a handoff to Brimhall, though. Maybe back up the original line of scrimmage. You know all those procedure calls right there that we've been debating all season long? They just barely got up to the line of scrimmage, and they wasn't even all the way set.
That's why I kept talking there. I saw him throw the flag. I'm like, all right, I can continue this explanation.
There you go. Well,
but yeah, they did. They got up there, and I think what happened was one of the linemen put their hand down on the ground and then picked it up.
Could have been. They're going to stack him up here on the near side, going to hand it off to Brimhall once again. Still on his feet. He's going to make it up to just past the 35-yard line, looks like. I don't know where they spot it, 36 maybe.
Looks like they're going to give him more than what I thought they were.
At the 36.
So a pick up a 4 on that play. But yeah, John, once the lineman comes set, even though he just got there, if he gets that hand on the ground, he cannot pick it up, and that's probably what happened there. Just an errant, put my hand down and then pick up.
There's some crazy penalties like that if you're not watching, you'll never catch on to. There's a snap. Fake the handoff, can come back this way to Fox. Boy, we got a little extracurricular going on back here. They ain't going to throw no flag. You remember a couple games ago when they called a penalty, I think it was down at Alchese, where the kid was leaving the field, but he didn't run straight off behind the line of scrimmage, cross the line of scrimmage to get off the field. That one, I never would have spotted that in a million years, that penalty, never in a million years, until I saw him run off the next play. They're going to get a boot on it. That's going to be Fox. He gets run into. You can see he's going to come up a little bit lame. He got run into hard. Messed his hip up, I think. He pulled up lame there at first. But he's going to boot the ball down to the, 34?
Yeah, John, I don't know that he got ran into. He definitely, when he took his step and he came forward, there was an offensive lineman and a defender that were back there on the side of him that he kind of wobbled into. I think he did it when he went to kick, because that kick of his was more shank than anything and not like what we've seen from his punts.
But he did get bumped into, and he did come up. He kind of spun. When he spun, he looked a little gimpy. Here come the Jackets. Just under 7 minutes remaining in the ball game. Goes a man in motion. London going to roll out, looking to pass the ball once again. Oh, that one should have been taken somewhere.
Yeah, and John, on that one, he had number 11, Drew Baker, wide open at the 40. No one on him whatsoever. Had he seen him and put that ball out there, Baker could have ran a good distance to be able to get to the ball and not have anybody around him.
I'm sorry if I can't pay attention. When all these blue footballs start flying towards me, I get a little nervous. Nathan Penrod had a chance to, be a big-time star right there with that interception. Just couldn't get to it. There goes another flag. Colton Penrod looking to pass it. Corey Enfield comes up to make the play. Can't make it, but we got a flag way back here, and it's going to be false start once again against the Jackets.
This false start, that play should have been stopped.
Well, he threw the flag, but they didn't blow the whistles and stuff. It should have been stopped right then immediately. It's not a free play like you hear about, but it's going to be a false start. Let's watch the hand signs.
Hey, he's calling false start.
There you go.
See, they're calling that. I almost wonder, John, if it was just an illegal formation that they covered a eligible receiver.
They say illegal procedure, 3rd and long. Gonna hand it off. I believe I don't know who that is. Might be Chase Esparza.
Number 2.
No?
Dominic Hoffmeyer.
Hoffmeyer in there.
Pick up a 5 for Dominic.
Just under 6.5 minutes remaining here in this contest. Lobos on top, 22-0.
Yeah, it looks like Blue Ridge has succumbed to the side that the game's over, as they're going to punt the ball instead of trying to go for it.
They're going to regroup and try to get ready for next week. Flags everywhere.
I think that one's going to be on the centers. He probably reared back to really put the snap on there.
And like when you're playing patty cake, you pat it, then you roll it. And that's what they've been calling a lot of, the rolling penalty. So the Jackets going to get ready to punt the ball away once again. Trailing by 22. They get it back there. It's going to be a line shot of a punt. It's going to be picked up by Christensen. Going to try to juke and jive. Still on his feet. Still going. He's going. He's gone. Wow.
is a 42-yard. I'm sorry, I'm going from the 42. That is a 58. I guess it did bounce back there. So bounce back, picked up at about the 36-yard line. So that would be a 64-yard punt return touchdown.
I thought he was down way back here.
He was. He came through. He basically looked like he was about ready to get hit by two defenders. He kind of jumped around and everything and was able to kind of break free, come into the middle area, and then quickly bounce to the outside, and around he went, and that was it, because the minute he got to the outside, he had a wall.
You talk about putting the seal of approval on this game. It's down. Oh,
no good.
Oh, a line shot of a point after. Hits the upright and bounces straight back.
I bet you $100 he couldn't do that again if he tried.
No way.
I mean, that was not a, nice, easy kick end over end going up there. That was a rocket shot.
Was a line shot.
I mean, that goalpost, the whole thing wobbled.
Byron, you don't ever see a high school
crossbar.
goalpost
Yeah,
move.
the crossbar. I mean, this isn't one of those, new style with the center. The center post with the upright. This is the old, 1960s AFL football there where they have the two posts going up and the crossbar going across, and that whole thing moved.
I think the Lobo faculty is daring somebody to come out and try to rip these goalposts down after a victory. They're like, hey, come on out. If you're excited, come rip these goalposts down. Ain't gonna happen. So 28-0 is now your score. Lobos back to punt the ball. Going to be number 9, Caden Despain. Going to boot it. It's like, I think that's Corey Enfield back there. Still chugging forward. He's going to be brought down at about the 34-yard line. Nice return. It's going to be about the same starting place as last time, though. The Jackets just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I'm not sure, John, what they're doing and stuff, and it just seems like the offensive line it just came out flat. And so it's just been kind of one of those. And like you said, John, we've been seeing this all year long where we've seen a team and we expect this is the team that's going to come out, and they just don't come out that way.
We've seen it. It's hard to predict any of these games. London up under center going to hand it off.
Chase Esparza.
Esparza. Going to try to get around the outside. Going to pick up about 4 yards, looks like.
Jason Whiting, Navajo County Supervisor.
So it's going to bring up second and about 6. We want to thank all of our fine sponsors. Go down and see Guy Hatch and his staff at Sholo Ford. See if they can hook you up. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Guy Hatch and his staff always great supporters. Donations for breast cancer awareness, Susan J. Coleman Foundation. PJ London up under center. Brimall looking to rush. Gonna get it, come around this outside, still on his feet. Gonna be brought down by number 34, Braden Hatch.
It's going to be a pickup of 16 on the play by Chase Esparza.
Big pickup by Esparza. Move the change. They're across midfield into Lobo territory. Down almost to the 45-yard line of the Snowflake Lobos. 4:47 and counting remaining here in the ballgame. Here come the Jackets. P.J. London bringing his team up to the line of scrimmage. There's the snap. Going to hand off to Esparza, going the other direction. And he gets stood up and laid down.
They are lucky. The Lobos are lucky on that one, as that looked to be a helmet-to-helmet hit.
That's number 10 that come in there. Jake Christensen comes there and makes the hit. Esparza kind of gets stopped down low, so he's just stationary, standing up. And Christensen comes in and just hammers him. Yeah, it's tricky, these tackles nowadays. You got to really watch where your face mask or any part of your helmet goes first. Here comes London up under center, showing rush again, showing blitz again, I mean. Here comes Esparza, going to be driven out of bounds.
44.
See where they're going to mark this one.
At about the 40-yard line.
So that'll be a pickup of another 4 for Esparza. That was a beautiful run by Esparza on that, only in that it's textbook is what they tell you is when you're running the ball and you're coming around and there's blockers in front of you and defenders, you need to make sure that you read where your blocker's going so that you go the right way, and that's exactly what he did on that play as he waited for his blockers to make the move.
Here comes P.J. London up under center. Hand it off up the middle.
It's going to bring up 4th and short.
Mark, that's going to be a pickup of 4 by Penrod as he is back in the game. As he took the handoff and quickly got a helpful push of the pile. We'll see now how the Blue Ridge decides to go.
Get some of these seniors' names in here. Taden Flake, Darrell Reed, Tyler Brimhall, Hunter Taylor, Luke Whittle, Porter Anderson, Joseph Lunt. Here comes PJ. Going to hand it off up the middle, just trying to drive forward, gets first down.
It's going to be a pickup of 2 on the play by Colton Penrod.
Move the chains. Number 65, Joy Fish. Jace Reedhead. Brendan Flake. Davis K. Garrett Wood. And we're going to see if we can get the other one right over here real quick. Trace Hancock. Caleb Richardson. Jace Merrill. Nathan Penrod, Oscar Carrera, and that's it. Those are your seniors from the Lobos. That handoff going, trying to get around the outside. Almost does a little bit. Who is that on the carry? Esparza?
That's Chase Esparza on the carry. So Mark, that's going to be a pickup of 7 by Esparza on that play.
Nice carry around the outside edge going to the far side.
Minute 45 remaining in the ball game.
The Jackets are they're still driving the ball right now, but they were content the last offensive possession to just go on into next week. You could tell when they didn't go for the first down. This time they did. There's a snap. Going to pitch it to Penrod. Going to lower his head, but he's going to be brought down for a loss.
He's going to lose about 2 on that play. Penrod is.
At number 10, Jake Christensen. Let's just see what his dimensions are.
5'8", 150.
5'8", 150. I'm not sure he'll push 150 even. He might. He might. I think they're kind of stretching his weight. What do you think? But he's hitting hard here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, he's just coming from his free safety position, seeing what's going in, making the play when he needs to.
We got an update from the Sholo-Winslow game. There's Esparza driving around the outside. We're going to see where they mark it. The update from the Winslow game was Sholo 62, Winslow 16.
Looks like that's going to be a pickup of 5 on the play by Penrod.
It's going to bring
Esparza.
up 4th and a long 1.
4th and a long 1.
22, 21, 20. The Lobo players are waving to the crowd to get up. Let's hear ya. You paid admission, you might as well holler. DJ London's going to hand it off to Penrod for one last play. And it's going to be first down, but 5. Oh, they're going to stop it to move the chains.
That was Adam Henderson on the carry.
Oh, it was. I thought it was Penrod once again.
It's going to be a pickup of 3 on the play.
This is exciting, a big victory here, senior night, homecoming. Lobos were on the other end of a senior night last week in Sholo. And that's going to be the ball game. It's going to end up here. Snowflake Lobos, 28. Blue Ridge Yellowjackets, 0. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll be back to wrap this baby up with the Cable One post-game report here. You've been listening to the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week, presented by Sholo Ford. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
I was just curious. I would like to know where you've been getting all that money you have in your pocket.
Well, don't be curious no more. I stopped by S&D Auto Wrecking the other day. It's like money in the bank. Clean the backyard. It's all worth money. Anything made of steel, copper, brass, anything, it's cash.
Like what kind of stuff?
Metal bed frame, cha-ching. S&D. Car batteries, cha-ching. S&D.
S&D Auto Wrecking. They'll pay you money for any kind of metal?
Anything made of metal.
S&D Auto Wrecking. You know what? I actually might be motivated to clean up the backyard now. 537-7132. S&D Auto Wrecking.
It's like money in the bank.
Black Diamond Auto Glass provides the finest full-service mobile and in-shop glass repair services. From free chip repair to windshield replacement, tinting, and more. We're here to pamper you and your car.
Black Diamond Auto Glass. Yeah.
We know cars and trucks at Williams Brothers Auto Service. Our certified mechanics employ today's latest automotive technology and are equipped to handle all major and minor auto repair services on foreign and domestic vehicles. Locations in Show Low and Snowflake.
We're here so you don't have to quit fishing or tell the grandkids you can't keep up with them anymore. Wouldn't it be nice to get back in the gym again or be able to play a full 18 like the old days?
Summit Healthcare offers this active community the latest in orthopedic procedures. Whether it's a sports injury, total joint replacement, or something else, have your surgery and rehab right here at home.
Get the most out of life again. Visit summithealthortho.net today.
Face it, when you're feeling frustrated with slow internet, it shows. So stream without the buffering with Cable One high-speed internet. It has up to 100 megabits of blazing speed, and that's faster than those other internet guys. So no matter how many devices you have on at the same time, it's always fast. And that speed, that's written all over your face. Yes! Cable One, the face of fast.
That just choked me right there. That's so funny. I choked myself. That was funny. Hey, welcome back to the Power 95.7 Hot FM Game of the Week presented by Sholo Ford. Thanks for sticking around for the Cable One post-game report. We got Hugh the Neck Keeler over here trying to finish the numbers. I don't think we'll have a lot of Blue Ridge numbers. There wasn't much of a Blue Ridge turnout. This game was dominated. It's hard to imagine to all the loyal listeners that were here last week in Sholo that listened to the Sholo game as the Cougars dominated the Snowflake Lobos. Come down here 1 week later, and it's totally the opposite. Snowflake just dominated Blue Ridge. Blue Ridge on a 4-game winning streak, and Snowflake dominated them.
You know, the problem with winning streaks is sooner or later you got to come down from them. And this is where it came down to an end for them. And I guess the way I would look at it is as long as you're going to make the playoffs, I'd rather have that loss now than have the letdown come through first week in the playoffs. And so while, you know, you sit there and try to make positives out of negatives and stuff, it's still going to be hard for the Yellowjackets to come back from something like this after they've been coming through and doing so well. We saw them 2 weeks ago where they came through and had a phenomenal game against the Sholo Cougars, expecting them to come out and have that same type of performance here tonight, and they were just flatter than flat at that point in time.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about the Jackets. I'd like to talk about some big performances out of the Lobos. David Brimhall, unbelievable player. That right there is a Brimhall. That right there is David Brimhall's dad right there. Hey, great performance by David.
Yeah, John, you're absolutely correct. Brimhall was a huge factor of tonight and stuff. So he was able to go through. He ran the ball. He passed the ball twice. One was incomplete. One was completion for the 2-point conversion.
It was like Free throw.
Yep,
Free throw pass.
it was. The one that was incomplete, could have been questionable that the receiver didn't have a chance to get out there because he was possibly held. But nonetheless, I mean, he just had a phenomenal game today, running the ball where he needed to. Of course, the scoring for the Snowflake Lobos started off with Cody Fox basically doing I don't want to call it a reverse because it wasn't a reverse because the ball never started actually going far away from us. He just came in motion this side, took the inside handoff, and rumbled around to the near side here for 32 yards for the touchdown. But after that, it was all Brimhall as he was running the Wildcat formation and short yardage formation. He was getting the first downs when they needed to. He was just all over the field, kicking the ball, punting the ball, wherever he needed to be, that was where he was.
I think that's what has to be exciting for the Lobos going into the playoffs is the fact that we saw him, Brimhall plays a number of positions anyway, but we saw them use him in some more situations. We saw him pass the ball, and that excites me as the Lobos hopefully going to the playoffs. We still have to unsort all this stuff, but that would, going into the playoffs, if they make it into the playoffs, that has to be exciting to see these different things. I love to see them use kids in different ways, and it has to be exciting. We still have to unsort this. The Cougars end up with a big victory over there, 68 to something. 8 minutes left in the Dome, and the Redskins did manage to put some points on the board. 38 to 6, I think, is what, with 8 minutes remaining. So I believe the Redskins make it in, don't they, by the stand? Yeah, Redskins will make it in the playoffs. I'm almost positive they will. Round Valley, #1 team in the 2A, they're doing phenomenal things.
10-0.
Phenomenal things. If you can go to Thatcher, I know we're kind of straying away from this ballgame here, but we have to talk about everybody up here. And if you can go to Thatcher and get a victory like they did in a dominant factor the way they did, you've got it. You've got things working for you.
And that's a positive for Round Valley is after they lost so many seniors last year, we came back this year and we were calling names in the very first game of the season that we never called last year. And we never called anybody from last year this year. And so they definitely have a good way to go. And the thing that I see, John, and some of the problems is while it's great that, David Brimhall can do so much, you could run in the possibility that if he possibly gets hurt or if somebody keys on him, who else do you have to kind of fill in the gap? Because when you look at it, it's pretty much been Cody Fox and David Brimhall that have been running the ball, and the only reason Cody Fox is running the ball very well, I would say, is because you have a great back in Brimhall. Brimhall's able to run in the middle, he's able to run on the outside, so they have to key on him everywhere, and when they do that, you can get them moving with Brimhall one direction, bring Cody Fox the other way like they did on their first, it was actually, I think, of the second play from scrimmage, hand off to him and around he goes for the touchdown. But if you take away a big player like Brimhall, it could hurt you.
But how impressive was that return in the second half? By who was that returned the ball?
Jake Christensen. That was an excellent return by him.
That was a great run. That one's worth going back and rewinding on the video to watch that one over again, because he done some stopping and backing up and going, and that was an excellent run. You see a lot of potential out of young kids like that.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely correct. There's a lot of potential out of a lot of the players for Snowflake. My biggest point is you just need to make sure that you protect your bread and butter if that's what you're going to utilize a lot of times. And so if I go through, John, the stats that I have, of course unofficial, but pretty close to the official numbers that will be released. Passing, they were 4 for 8 for 28 yards. No touchdowns. Rushing on the other side, 39 attempts for 179 yards. All touchdowns were by rushing and or the punt return that we saw.
Right.
2 two-point conversions. Of course, what we did see is we did see fumbles. They had 2 fumbles, one by Standifer and one by Brimhall.
And we did. We've seen a couple for the Jackets.
Yep.
No one ever got hurt by him or no one ever gained by him. One of them went right back and forth. No harm, no foul type deal. But hey, it was a good game if you're a Lobo fan. if you're a Jackets fan, you just got to regroup. I believe the Jackets make it in the playoffs. No matter what transpires, the Jackets will make it in. So they have to get home and start rebuilding for next week. As for everything else, we won't know anything till 9 o'clock in the morning. The AIA puts all their big minds together, and it's a meeting of minds, they call it. I'm not sure if that's what I'd call it. I'd call it a meeting of something. I don't know if I'd call it minds. But at 9 o'clock, between 9 and 10, they sort it all out, and we find out who makes the playoffs, and we move on from there. We will give you word. We will pass on that information Monday morning on the morning show. We'll let you know where we will be next Saturday. I believe the games all fall on Saturday, first week of the playoffs. So we will let you know Monday morning on the morning show. So tune in at 7 o'clock, and we will laugh and cry with you, depending on if your team made it or if they didn't. But we want to thank Dan the Man Grubner up on video. Eric Drury, he's laughing like crazy on the inside. You just can't see it on the outside. Davina Harvey back in the studio for always confusing me. Hugh the Net Keeler for always just being there shaped like a net. Gene Barton for all of her wisdom and guidance. That's the way my granddaughter laughs too. Until next time, you know what I said earlier on the touchdown show? Go out and see the movie about the Yarnell firefighters. Great movie. It pays respect to a great bunch of guys that were out there putting their lives on the line for another person's property, for another person's life. Thank a wildlife management firefighter, because they don't get a lot of notoriety. They're out there just like Forest Service workers. A lot of people don't know them. Unless you come riding up in a red truck when a house is burning, people don't realize it's you. So go out and thank a wildlife firefighter. Hey, who knows? They may save your property or life someday. Q, see you next time.
See you next week, Joe.
Till next time, everybody be safe. We love you. See you next week.